Hey everyone, this is Mariki. How are you? Can you hear the wind rustling through the trees? It's the winds of change. You can feel it. There's something in the air. There's a lightning. You might want to call it autumn, hopefully. It's cooling things down. But you can feel there is a change within, coming off the back of a full moon. A lightening of loads of getting ready for the next part of our journey. And it is this journey that a lot of us are walking into with a bit of intrepidness, and that's okay. And I really want you to know that you're not alone. We are walking this journey together because I am, and we're never alone. And when you do feel alone, I urge you to call on Christ's light, Christ's energy, beautiful white light to enter your beautiful crown and work its way through all your chakras and into your feet and ground. It is so powerful. I cannot tell you how powerful it is. And you don't need to be a Reiki master or Reiki attuned to ask for that. Ask for it yourself, ask for your children. Teach your children how to ask for it themselves. I have been blessed by lots of beautiful people that have shared their energy in the last couple of weeks, and it really does lift my spirit and gives me the strength to carry on, and I'm so grateful for everybody that works with spirit and allows spirit to come through. And I really urge you to, if you're feeling inclined out of the blue, to acknowledge something about someone that's positive, and to show compassion and kindness to your fellow person, then do it. You might be that one person that said something nice to them. There are so many people that get up start the day and no one has asked hi or said hi or how are you, and actually meant how are you. You might be that first person to do that, and that just might change how they feel about themselves and how they feel within this space. So sharing kindness and compassion is such a huge thing right about now. I'm not sure whether you ventured and been brave enough to venture into the shopping centres. There is quite an oppressive energy and almost offensive energy, defensive energy in that space. And you can be the person that is the conduit for love and the conduit for compassion, and still smile and still do this, just be beautiful in that space. We don't need to buy into any of the fear that is around at the moment. Yes, there are some challenges, and that's just part of where we're at. And having come through and still working through a year that was almost the straw that broke the camel's back, it is a journey worth taking. Incredibly hard at times, but worth taking. And feel free to share your concerns with others around you. I know it's really hard, and I'm also one that goes to ground when things get tough, and I try to process it internally, and probably not the best thing, but I just don't want to burden people, and I totally relate to those people who are saying the same thing. So if you don't want to share it with others, share it with God's presence, share it with energy, share it with the angels, call on the angels. Archangel Michael, he's this beautiful protector, and you know when he comes near, you'll see glimpses of blue. He is just absolutely just wonderful. He will lift that weight. Calling in Christ's energy, the beautiful white light, will also help just make you feel better about yourself and just a bit lighter. If you have trouble communicating and getting those words out, Archangel Gabriel is a wonderful angel to call on as well in that space of communication and education. So I just thought, despite all this, I haven't done a card reading in ages, and I went to go shuffle my cards, and I years ago, nearly 10 years ago, I got this card deck. It's the Blue Angel Oracle deck. I got it from my master at the time. He had some leftover cards and he was selling them. I'll just quickly show you. Blue Angel Oracle. And that is Archangel Michael. And so I went to go shuffle just a card for today, but 3 came out. So, okay, obviously this is, we'll do a reading for past, present and future. So the first card that came out was Orion's Gate. Okay, Orion Gate, and it's about service. So this card is looking at where we've come from, and a lot of you in this space, in this spiritual space, are of service to humanity, to your community, to others. In fact, that you put others first before yourself constantly, and as much as that is honourable and that is beautiful to do, it comes at a cost, and the cost is you. And that was a huge lesson, surprisingly for me last year, was I had hit a point where I could no longer serve or maintain even my friendships. I just had nothing left in my tank. I had felt that my family needed me to, and I needed then whatever little time to recover and repair myself after serving them. This is about serving yourself first and doing what you need to do for you first. And I think if we think of when we hop on a plane and they're giving the safety briefing, and they always say, if you're with children, pull down the mask and use it for yourself first and then give it to your children. I think that's what we need to do. We need to fill our cup first before we can go and fill others. And that was last year's lesson for me, was about, to be fully in service, I need to acknowledge myself in that. Huge, 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 huge. And not easy, particularly not easy for empaths. We go around serving everyone every day unknowingly. We serve everyone in our sleep. Our soul is constantly going 24/7. We have work to do, guys, and we just don't stop. So that is the past. Now we're looking at the present. The present is Diva Magic. Diva Magic. And I love that. Looking at that card, there is like a lotus opening up. Interesting, the card number is card 42, which, you know, you think of the meaning of life and the cosmos. Not quite the same, but it's an opening up, an expansion of everything that you have, everything that that you are connected with, that is within you. The card what it talks about is acknowledging about nanoparticles. Now, I talk a lot about cellular changes, especially around Schumann's resonance, which is the earth vibration, and how that affects every single cell in our body and every organism, not just humans. It affects the planet. It affects, which it is the planet. It affects every living thing, and we know that when we see animals either get a little bit more sick or they die when their resonance is extremely high. So this is about the present, the Diva Magic, and it's about incredibly small aspects. So minute particles called nanoparticles exist in strange invisible realms. We cannot cannot see them because they are incredibly small, and yet these invisible particles hold immense power that influences and shapes our world. There is a visible reality and an invisible one, yet both are equally real. I just want to say with that too, with everything that's occurring at a global area, there is this a huge awareness. Society is being woken up about various layers or worlds that we're living within. Our reality is not what we thought it was, and this is part of that. So there's a visible reality and an invisible one, yet both are equally real. Within the strange world of nanoparticles, there are worlds within flower cups, cities in buds, universes within dewdrops. This card is asking you to look again. Something you've discounted or considered to be irrelevant may hold great potential and power. And this is perfect because right about now, there is winds of change, as I stated earlier in the video, that there's a shift, there is an unease, there is people actually feeling not like they're in the right place. They're not working for the right company, they're not in the right relationship, or there's something not right. These little triggers are trying to get your attention to see how you fit within that space, whether you're aligned to where you are at. And this is your entire body. This is each cell going, something's not right. And sometimes it will get our attention by making us very unwell. Because when you're unwell and you have to lie and you have to rest, when you get to that point of unwellness, then you start thinking. So if you can imagine having the opportunity to rest, where all you're doing is actually concentrating on what your body needs and what your soul needs, you'll probably end up doing very different things with your life. So this is all very positive. And also the affirmation to say with this: infinite possibility exists in each atom of my being. Every particle of light is a seed of creation. A nanoparticle can become an endless sea of creativity. My life is a universe within a universe within a universe. So that is our present. So the next card is about our future. And the future is actually, this card couldn't be more perfect. So these cards came out energetically. I didn't pull these cards out and didn't intend it necessarily. It came out in a group. And this one is beautiful. Elohim, beautiful light. See those colors going through. And I want you to remember this light. I want you to focus on this light, because right now, if you're in a place that there is not much light and all you're seeing is the darkness, this light, use this light to guide you, to bring you, to remind you that you are an infinite being, and you're a very, very capable infinite being. Come back to this light and know that you are this light. I cannot tell you enough and emphasize enough how important life, believing and seeing the light can really impact and lighten your day, your being, and seeing it in others as well. So that particular card is Pathways of Light, and if you are in a space that is particularly dark, I would love for you to close your eyes and imagine there's a path before you, and all these beacons of light are just guiding you, guiding to that bright light. That bright light is your higher self. Your higher self wants you to remember all about your being, about why you're here. It wants you to feel completely light, but also protected as well. You are totally not alone in this journey. Life holds many hidden dimensions, pathways of light, which lead to other realities and worlds. And you need to trust that. That sometimes that's exactly why things go dark. So when you turn that light on again, it will light you and you will go in directions you never imagined. These hidden dimensions are inside you and can be accessed through the empty space between your thoughts. When the mind is calm, you can enter a place beyond thought, a place that words cannot describe and your mind cannot contain. It is the multidimensional conscious awareness of your soul, the real you, beyond your earthly limitations. Become aware of your breath, breath in light. Just focusing on breath is such a powerful tool, and it's literally just taking the time to just focus on breathing in through your nose and breathing out. Taking the time to breathe in and breathe out. So just observe and relax. After a while, you'll feel a sense of peace. You are in a state of grace. Your thoughts float away and turn to light. Each breath brings you deeper into peace. At this place, you'll start to feel something around you, maybe just a lightning of energy. You may even feel like your hair might move or a bit of breeze. Your angels appear. You may not see them visually, but you might just feel something change or shift in your room or next to you. Your angels, they are the bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds and will guide you to the heart of creation. Through pathways of life, you enter parallel universes. New galaxies are born inside you. There is so much love. And just allow and imagine and just see your heart just expand with love. Your vision is filled with light. There is a still point. You've reached singularity, a point deep inside you from which all stems. And the affirmation is, my soul is a sacred space through which I create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are not restricted by time or space. They aren't restricted by time or space. And I mean, how many people are you out there, are empaths, who find that they have no time, space, just time flies. And when you hang with them, time flies. Constantly people are saying, Ricky, it's like, where's 3 hours gone? I know, time does fly. There is no time. We've created time. That's just been a manufactured thing on the plane that we're living in. And that's why your soul, if you are an empath, light worker, and you head off when you go to sleep and you astral travel and you do your work, you don't necessarily need sleep in that space. You just keep going. So with that anyway, I just want to send out my love and blessings, and you've got this. You've got it. All right. And yes, it can be rocky. Or as someone said, like four-wheel driving, you're going to have your ups and your downs and it's going to be a bit bumpy. But that's life. That is life in this human plane. But remember, this is just a shell. And what's in here, your soul, is all that matters. And your soul's got this. All right. Take care. Love you all. Namaste.